Judd Trump to break in the first frame of a possible 11. You know, a devastating long potter, but that's certainly true of this young man as well.
Yes, Dave, looking forward to this match. Commentating on every one of his matches. And, you know, it's hard to criticise someone winning, but he hasn't played all that well. But I don't know if the form that has got him this... You know, logically, the standard improves of opposition all the way through a tournament. So I think Judd will know that he has to play better than he has been, which I'm sure he's capable of doing. We all know he can.
Yeah, I mean, I did that match. Trump was very poor, actually, early on. So if he can find his scoring boots, of course, he's more than a match for anybody. But he'll be aware of the fact Yize is, you know, his reputation is growing.
And now he has. So, put a few ghosts to rest, isn't he, this last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, there's a long way to go, but he's up against the Hawk. They're just getting underway.
But how can he get them safe? This is a tough shot. Oh, that's a great follow-up. Terrific. Last two shots were very fine safety shots. So, the mistake made, but the red going virtually on top of it.
One.
It's a very clean opener. Playing his best snooker. And that's kind of how it is. You can't always play well. Sometimes you can play well a little too early and lose your form.
I'm sure they'll be aware of the safety. Important. A nice party with some of the other players. Bit of a character, I think, actually. Quite a confident sort.
So it kind of sums him up for me, because he played poorly in Scotland in both sessions, I felt, when he lost to Le Pei Fan, when everyone thought he'd get his first title. Prior to that,
Tom Ford, among quite uproarious scenes. Well, that may have just drifted.
Great shot, really good.
Yeah, he knew it was in, didn't he, immediately? So Trump back in. But since then, 13 different players have won a ranking tournament. It's a list you'd expect him to be on, not yet this year.
Eight.
So this is shaping up to be like he's sort of picking up from where he left off in the last frame against Senkam. He did make a century. He's made 3 in the tournament. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to win playing
24. Somewhere
near the top of his game.
Yeah, well, three centuries in the... Most players have made a lot more than 3 to get here. Because all I'm seeing is hearing about is this barrage of breaks elsewhere on other tables. But now is the time to add to that.
32.
There's not much room to play with here, but he's played it quite well.
So that's plenty.
$39. 40.
Yeah, playing that cannon, he was always going to be a little close to this red. So there are a lot of safe reds, but they're not going to be... And he won't try and move in anything off the cushion just yet. He'll ensure that the frame is secured, and then he might think about that.
So this is a good start. Second chance. He lost position first time, but we saw the shot that Yize played, just the slow roll. And it's been costly.
63.
Yes, now he can shift. I think that's an example of a shot which in Belfast would have been a difficult one, but it absolutely fell into the pocket there. Conditions will always vary. Suits certain players when break building is fairly easy to achieve, and that's a great shot. Why?
84.
Well, there's a virtue in just winning matches. I mean, we talk. Judd Trump seems to be sort of slightly treated differently, but it's not a century, but it's a fine start from the world number one and twice champion here. There's two players. He's one of them. Jack Lizowski, the other, who, if they win the tournament, will get into the top 16, and that means, of course, miss out.
He plays with pace and he's missed a few. Yes, and he could get to it. Well, he's getting a few nudges today, and
6. Jack Trump, 11.
I think it's interesting that because obviously in China there's quite a few events now, they try and...
doesn't look like it's going very far, this, does it?
Yes, if you...
Oh, well, that's ended that, and that's probably good for everything, really. No one was getting...
Yize was... Ooh, that could have been a lot worse.
He plays this well. That was what he intended. Very interesting cue action, Yize. I mean, put the cue very close to the cue ball. A lot of players you'll see there on a dress, they'll put the tip.
9.
I can't think of any player I've ever seen who cues the same way. Perhaps a little bit of Paul Hunter, the late Paul Hunter, in the way he hits the ball.
70.
Now, that's not bad, that little nudge. Well, he might just play 2 left. I mean, that's a good shot to play with the opposite hand. I know we sort of see more of it these days. Now, delicate cannons. He's not played it.
6.
He's not played it. Didn't like the shot. But it helps, of course.
It's
a poor shot. That's a really poor shot to hit that red. It's just a tough shot anyway. Yeah. Which he's trying to do.
Yize, 39.
That means he's in a lot of trouble here. I think it'll be difficult. That's what I'm saying. It's just not really.
Foul. And miss.
Strong argument to have it put back.
In response, frame 2. It's the sort of tournament when Selby was world champion.
Foul. Enemy.
Selby's break, by the way, 1-3-4 against McGill. And it's 1-0 Zhao Tong against Sergio Wei.
Such a good shot, you know, he's playing it with a lot of right hand side and whipping the cue ball around. Give Yize the same problem he was faced with earlier. Interesting, isn't it? I still think that maybe it's complete guesswork coming across there. Because
1. Nine. Fifteen.
and that's not great for getting in behind the red unless he considers playing pink to middle, I think would be the shot here. Just playing a drop it in. He played through a mobile phone going off there.
Yeah, it's sort of Snooker.
36.
Yes, of course, and not finishing straight on the brown, because then getting. Well, that's one of the worst shots I've seen him play for a while. Just the odd shot still. He doesn't seem to be that comfortable on. That was quite a long way off of the intended cannon. Who wants it? It seems that on attempting the cannon instead, but this time, of course, he has to play on the brown. And to be honest, I think there's a strong chance he'll get this, as long as he. Well, amazingly, he doesn't want to play it.
Judd trump 3.
It's bad frame for Yize to lose. He
seems to be making a habit of winning these frames in this tournament.
9.
Anyway, this pink for 2-0. So it wasn't plain sailing by any means, but Judd Trump. It is a really interesting lineup, I think, in the last 16. We've got 9 members of the top 16 still here. And a couple of outsiders, I guess. Judd, Scott.
Well, Judd is an extraordinary player for me. I mean, he's a left-hander. Yeah, he hits the balls about 100 miles. I don't know what Stephen Maguire will make of him later on.
Two pretty tough players, but heavy scores as well. 3-0 the Hawk.
Yeah, come up with not a.
1.
If Trump goes on to win this frame, he's staring down the barrel at 3-0. I know it's a best of 11, but
he's so strong, Trump. He can set these traps, and obviously then attempt to take advantage when he's forced the mistake, which is what he's looking to do here. First match he ever played was against Fergal O'Brien. That was very much welcome to the big time because Fergal had him in all sorts of trouble.
请大家拿好自己手里的手机，不要再掉在地上了，影响球员的哈。
Get out of playing it. Doesn't look great at the first. I think you're right, Dave. I think clearly his safety is still very strong, although it isn't really how you. Such a good shot. The other thing about him, isn't it? Within 2 shots, he's in again. A sea of reds. He thinks he can.
5.
In 2019. No one's won it more than twice. Ding, John Wee and Mark Selby also.
21. 27.
Well, slight annoyance that he's finished where he has, but this is. He's so good at these sort of shots anyway, but with the brown away from there, there's a huge way back down the table.
33.
That's gone wrong. The shot before was out of character. You know,
Whereas Trump is nicely played in, it's a good red.
But at the moment, he's meeting with not very much opposition from Yize, who's...
Foul. And miss.
Well, he singled out the pink. This is a really nice safety shot, actually, and it really is well played. He's getting outplayed, outmaneuvered. This is going to have to sprout wings, I think, to reach the red.
And if he can pot this black. Ooh, not to be.
Trump 1.
Yeah, it's just kind of was handed that, wasn't he, really? So just closing things down. Brown save for Snooker behind the green. Yize needs one himself and has seen enough. Well, it's still relatively early, I guess, because it's best of 11, but Yize 3-0. Of course, Trump had that 89 in frame 1. That's a mistake from Trump. So maybe this could be the start of something for Yize.
1.
Yeah, the cannon. He's starting to get quite frustrated the way this is shaping up, you know.
Yize 8.
Barry Hawkins, by the way, as that goes wrong. Barry Hawkins 4-0. He's had a couple of centuries, but he's won the 4th.
Very nice. He's knocked in some of those this week. Well, he knew he could get round the back of the main bulk of reds, but he didn't quite know what else. Terrific pot though, isn't it? He's very, very strong. Plays shots like that without any fear.
As you say, what looked like pressure balls, just knocking them in.
11.
Just playing at mid-range, where he seems to be quite devastating at this sort of range, actually. Some of the longer pots he struggled with, but this...
18.
Just chipping away, not getting on. He's a bit fortunate there because it looked like he was going to be...
Going in there. But now if you can just keep a bit of control, it's a great opportunity for a 4-0 lead.
$39. $46.
At the table, although, as Dave said, the cue ball is not on a string, as you might say, not perfectly in control, but off guard, if you like. And it's probably a bit like how the match went in Saudi, isn't it? Which was Judd was really struggling, and it's pretty much roles reversed here.
60.
4-0 down.
Yes, I mean, you'd look at that final of the English last year with Neil Robertson. That's a mini version of that, isn't it? I wouldn't rule it out.
Well, ice break only 39 so far from Yize. Well, that's more like it.
1.
Yeah, the interval is good.
Four.
A nice shot, nice stun run through. He's better off when he can punch balls in. Seemed to go easily enough in the end. Well, this is the crunch, whereby... Oh, no. Well,
27.
he played well to get to this...
One.
Great powers of recovery, though, as usual from Trump. You know, even when he's playing at his best, he...
Wow. Black off the spot.
Jack 5.
So having recovered, as you say.
I think, you know, you look to improve your own game, but if you see a sign of any weakness in your opponent, that can also inspire.
Just feel now, he's got to take this chance. He's already had one, of course, in the... He never gives the impression Yize have been overawed by players. I mean, he beat Trump, of course, in the quarterfinals of the English.
$14. 20.
And when he missed that black off the spot, he must have been feeling the worst, actually. And then, of course, Judd missed an easier one. Some applause. The next shot is frame ball.
Yeah, and he's also going to have to rely on... Was really out of nowhere. So, Yize are finally on the scoreboard. This time, ranking event winners, having been in a couple of finals.
I think for a while Jack was absolutely the top. There's a few people that could argue. I'd put Jack Jones in there, you know, of course, you know, just the one final, but it was a world.
54.
Well, this is by far his best contribution of the day. Highest break. But significant how it started. The miss from Trump. Be talking about at the end of the match. Let's see. It's giving him an in. It's giving him a chance just to get a bit of confidence. So Yize has stopped the rot and has got himself on the scoreboard. He's still in. And Trump has seen now that, you know, an error from him has turned the tide in one frame. Jack Lisowski's made 3 centuries in a row.
Yeah, it's quite extraordinary, actually. I was doing a little peek across at that match, and yeah, I mean, he is just...
Well, of course, Barry Hawkins had 2 centuries, Jack 3.
Close to the right middle. I don't think he would leave that one on, but clearly, you know, you make a mistake and you leave a significant chance here. Well, that was an important shot, and now that it's gone in, it's given him this chance. Well, what an opportunity to get in first.
7.
Well, you can hear quite an animated crowd next door because Xiaozing Tong has actually stolen a tight frame on the pink there, so he's 5-1 up against Sergio Waits. Felt at times a quarter-final berth.
13.
And it wasn't a question of just being on the receiving end of big breaks. You know, he didn't as comfortable as he might do out there in the early frames. Trump just picked up the pieces for the most part to lead 4-0.
29.
It's kind of different if somebody knocks in 2 or 3 centuries in a row. You feel like you've done nothing. He did make mistakes, but a best of 11 gives you that opportunity.
Make a difference. The intervals are essentially for venues to sell drinks, really. That's what they're for, but or other refreshments. But the amount of times they think about things objectively and hope to improve. Lazowski's doing that, and on this evidence, so's Wu Yize.
42. $47.
Oh, it's a great effort. Deserves to be on 1.
53.
Very good shot. Now that will help him. It felt like Judd was just winning frames and he wasn't even being pushed, but now he is. It might change his own approach to things.
Yeah, a little burst of applause from the fans here.
69.
Now, as I mentioned right at the start, he's on 99 career centuries, so a century of centuries in their career. But Wu Yize has only been a pro since 2021.
77.
Yes.
Well, that's a lot, isn't it? Of course, he reached a couple of ranking finals.
85.
But it's still a pretty good haul.
As he vastly improves on the first half of the match.
Yeah, I mean, it was completely spot. They're thinking about other things. It was just I was going to say a lazy shot. Wouldn't be fair to say that, but it was.
98.
His 100th career century. Superb. So the 90th player to have made 100 centuries in competition. On 99.
105.
As well, hasn't it? He was getting frustrated earlier on, but now, well, you can see he's enjoying himself.
109.
It's a sort of Judd Trump shot. This blue still got half a chance, actually, but anyway. Just keeping an eye on the Lazowski-Hawkins match, because Lazowski's made 3 centuries in a row, again in the next. Still early stages, but scoring chance.
That was a very well played shot. wrong, but you know, he'll set a high standard for himself. He was not making breaks. He was just, if you like, picking up the pieces.
Well, they say it's all over bar the shouting. You can hear the shouting next door, and Zhao Xintong just wrapping up victory over Serge Aoué. 6-1, good win that, and a good week so far for the world. Oh, what a pot! What a pot that is!
Absolutely, Dave. But you kind of felt a real sign of it happening.
Nine. Seventeen. $25.
Well, he'll be staying on the black here. You look at the table and think that he might just continue on the black
33.
because it's the easier thing to do. Right now, of course, the frame might play on the red up by the blue. Well, he has played the cannon. Well, I think
49. $53.
Yeah, there's no point in trying anything too fancy there. Obviously, the problem now becomes... But he's managed that, and all of a sudden...
But as you say, another red required. Things have turned round, and they've turned round really from Judd Trump missing that black off the spot.
Absolutely, Dave, and I think, as I said at the time, it's a combination of two things. You know, Judd, it would have affected. You know, 5-0 looked like it was going to happen, and
73.
you know, sometimes you can gain strength from
81.
Jubel's not been under complete control, but the way he pots it doesn't.
So is he going to make his 101st century a frame after he made his 100th? That's not going to drop, but
Yize, 88.
even so, a fine 88 from Yize. He's bang on it now.
Well, he didn't mean to kiss the other red on the way back.
观众保持安静好吗？
Oh, this is very good.
Again,
a mobile phone, but big mistake. Big mistake on safety.
Well, another phone going off.
9.
That is a very good shot. That is a very well controlled stun across the table. It's a little bit early to be speaking about 4-all, but you know, in a strong position in the frame,
21.
pink to middle is what he's chosen, and that will land him on the red above the black. So this really does open things up.
28.
It was looking very much like Judd Trump against Barry Hawkins, wasn't it?
Now he's a little
36.
perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yes, and not much is stopping him right now. He's looking terrific. Completely dominant. Now it is stopped. Judd Trump is being shut out completely.
57. $65.
You know, the frame is just about one, and it will certainly be one. This goes in, and so that's another frame on the board, and this match is completely turning around.
The way. So well over 300 points now without reply.
$78. $86.
Good mindset though, you know, he's come out after the interview accepting that it's over, far from it. Little shake of the head, he liked a century. Well, somehow he didn't hit one at all. But anyway, he's enjoying himself now, isn't he? Yize. And he's starting.
Well, he kind of mistimed it. And he's potted another one, and that's a terrific shot.
Six. Seven.
To the point where he's not playing it. So I think he's almost recognising that because things do get a little bit more nervy for Yize from this point.
Yeah, it made a difference hand on table. He wasn't getting them earlier on though, was he? But he is now.
It's an outstanding chance, you know. I mean, look where the positioning of the black is. The red's around it.
Four.
Can't think of a lot of matches, as all champions are. I'm not saying yet that he's going to lose this match, of course.
11.
So good chance for... In fact, has a chance to finish off with a third century. So Mark Selby
19.
against Xiao Tong tomorrow.
There's a real spring in his step.
25.
Meanwhile, Barry Hawkins has won frame 9 again.
Just look at where the reds are. I mean, it's just
31.
Yeah, Judd Trump, he caught the safety a bit thick, and you could see him going to come certainly to the cushion, and he left the chance. It was a wonderful pot, having said that. And Yize now completely in control.
39.
Well, if you've watched Judd play all week, and I've been on commentary on all of his scoring in his usual way, he's the world number 1, and he's played okay. That's about all, really. But Yize is playing all the snooker.
47.
And has done for quite some time now.
Just to tidy up the...
55.
Just another red needed. So he's done everything that he needed to do here once he potted that tremendous opening red. Control the cue ball.
63.
Huge. And he actually missed a bad red at the start of the 5th frame, which
70.
red's onto the black. He didn't hit it nicely. Judd
71.
missed that black off. And it's like a different ball game now.
Lost 9-7 at the English Open last year.
79.
The way he's playing, will be feeling confident of finishing it off in the next frame. We'll see. But oh, he misses that one. But National Championship.
Well, that's the last.
1.
He's hit the front, so there's no assumption that he's just going to go on and win this frame in one visit.
9. $70.
He's gone into them. I wondered if he could just...
22.
It could be that he just couldn't quite get to it, but he's That was fortunate. Yes, a huge round of applause.
Just caught a glimpse of his father there in the front row. Travels with
39.
Thankfully, he wasn't actually, playing a shot when it happened.
Anyway, it hasn't affected his concentration, and he is on the brink of a... This would
55.
be a pretty significant... Not the three-ball plant. He's got it. What a shot. What a break. Incredible.
69.
Before the interval, where he was really struggling. So you've got to take a... Since then, he's only scored 18 points, and 6 of those were from a foul. 4 years he's had break.
Yeah, I mean, it's been fantastic, but it is also good to bad. He's been sensational here. He really has, compared to what we saw earlier, and it's a notable win.
Stunning comeback from